First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers out there on the highways and byways who are teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Karatazabad coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, The CBDC is a Prelude to the Chip and or MOTB. Now, if you haven't heard about this, the CBDC, all right, it is a system that they want to gradually use to implement the CHIP, the MOTB. So they're going to use this system here first, the CBDC, and gradually implement the MOTB. That's the main goal here, spoken about in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17. Now, when the elites want to do something, they have to do it gradually. They can't just do it all at once. Like with 911, you know, the towers went down. Eventually, they took away your privacy rights, okay? That was a way to take away your privacy, to get your phones, you know, your cell phone numbers and all that type of thing, to get your information as far as where you live. So privacy was greatly, your privacy was greatly evaded because of 911. But that was purposely done, okay, to get into your privacy. Now this is another step. Now 20 years later, you have the CBDC, okay, and this is a way to try to phase you in gradually into getting the MOTB, and then they can track you wherever you go with the CHIP. Now I use code words because they can take off the video, but CHIP is going to be implemented. They want to implement it in your forehead or your hand, as Revelation 13 talks about. And that will track you wherever you go. Now, they're going to make it seem like it's a good thing because they're going to say, well, you know what? People with Parkinson's disease, it helps them function. People with nerve disorders, it heals them. So it's going to be like a miracle thing, all right? So they have to implement it, and they have to come with a side story to implement it. And this is Esau implementing it because he knows he only has a short time before Yahushua comes. And when I say Esau, I'm talking about the rich elite Edomites. You know what I mean? That know that they're Edomites. The Rothschilds, the Illuminati families, the 13, I think it's 13 of them that control the money in the world. They know they're Edomites. They know Yahushua is coming back with the chariots to destroy Babylon, America, and to destroy his system and to bring about his kingdom. All right. And they know that the Hebrew Israelites are so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they know that Yahushua is coming back for his elect, the elect of Israel, which is only 1/3 out of the whole of the Hebrew Israelites. So they understand the Bible very, very well. Matter of fact, many of their movies are biblically based. If you look at some of the movies and read the Bible, you'll see a lot of similarities. So they know what's going on. So he knows he has but a short time. Things are, picking up as far as us knowing who we are, the Hebrew Israelites. This word is going around the whole world, the good news and gospel, via the brothers on the corners, via the brothers doing thousands of videos per day. And I'm speaking mainly of Great Millstone, who I'm affiliated with. I'm not in Great Millstone, but I'm affiliated with their doctrine, from my elder apostle Tahar on down. All right, this word is going out. So we're being woken up, all right? Like the dry bones in Ezekiel 37. You can read that chapter. The Valley of the Dry Bones is talking about us waking up, coming together, understanding who we are, understanding the prophecies, understanding who our enemy is. And then the main enemy, of course, is Esau. You have the other nations that are against us too. If you read Psalms 83, they're Confederate, and Confederate against us means they're against us. But the main enemy is Esau, so-called white man, all right? Now, every person that looks like a white person, that doesn't mean that they're all Edomites. There are some so-called white people that look like they're Edomites, they're Israelites, because their lineage goes back to Jacob and the 12 sons, as well as there's some Israelites who look like they're Israelites, but they're Edomites. So, but in general, I'm speaking. But let's start here with the definition of central bank digital currency. We have here digital tokens similar to cryptocurrency issued by a central bank. Let's get into this further. What is a central bank digital currency? Central bank digital currencies are digital tokens similar to cryptocurrency issued by a central bank. They are pegged to the value of that country's fiat currency, and fiat currency is your paper money. Many countries are developing CBDCs, and some have even implemented them. Because so many countries are researching ways to transition to digital currencies, it's important to understand what they are and what they mean for society. What they mean for society is gradually, you guys, you know, forming that into the MOTB. That's what it means. Let's continue on. Understanding central bank digital currencies. Fiat money is a government-backed issued currency that is not backed by a physical commodity like gold or silver. That's your paper money. And by the way, it used to be backed by gold and silver, but they stopped that. Okay, they stopped that. If you ever get a chance to look at it, you can look up President Kennedy. President Kennedy was trying to get it to where the money had to be backed by gold or silver like it used to be. All right. But during 1933, the New Deal, that was the process. They started to phase out money, fiat money, okay, paper money being backed by gold or silver by creating the Federal Reserve System, which is a separate entity from any of the government buildings, okay? It's separate from the government of the United States, all right? And it's controlled by the multinational elite, okay, your trillionaires and billionaires, all right? Your leaders of the NWO that they want to implement, all right? The Illuminati people. So it's a whole separate institution, and their job was to keep printing money, but no backing of gold and silver. And that may explain why Kennedy was assassinated. But you can look into that on your own time, all right? It is considered a form of legal tender that can be used to exchange goods and services. This is the money, paper money that we use now. Traditionally, fiat money came in the form of banknotes and coins, but technology has allowed governments and financial institutions to supplement physical fiat money with a credit-based model in which balances and transactions are recorded digitally. Okay, let's continue moving on. Physical currency is still widely exchanged and accepted. However, some developed countries have experienced a significant decrease in its use, and that trend accelerated during the C-19 pandemic. And I say that code word because they cut off videos. And so, yeah, that just happened to, the money just happened to just decrease the usage of it during that time, the C-19, which we know that was a planned event also, okay? So, they use that as an excuse. Well, people stopped using money and coins, so we're going to need to, possibly implement this next system because people aren't using money anymore. You did a survey and asked people would they just prefer to have fiat money. I'm guarantee you that the majority of people would say, no, I'm fine with the paper money. All right. Or the debit cards that they give us or credit cards, that's also a gradualism thing they apply to. The credit cards and debit cards, that's part of the gradualism. Little by little, they've been implementing these systems in order to bring about the last part of the plan, which is the MOTB, the CHIP in your forehead or your hand, as the Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17 state. Excuse me. Let's continue on. The introduction and evolution of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology have created further interest in cashless societies and digital currencies. So that now everybody's interested in a cashless society, okay? Now, of course, they control all the media, so that they can spin the story that everybody wants this change. Thus, governments and central banks worldwide are exploring the possibility of using government-backed digital currencies. When and if they are implemented, these currencies would have the full faith and backing of the government that issued them, just like fiat money. Of course they will, because we know that the people that control the money, the real money, control the governments. Okay, goals of central bank digital currencies. In the U.S. and many other countries, many people do not have access to financial services. In the U.S. alone, 5% of adults do not have a bank account. In addition, so you could change that. If it's 5%, then you could give people debit cards and come up with a system to change that, okay? An additional 13% of U.S. adults have bank accounts but use expensive alternative services like money orders, payday loans, and check cashing services. So they're going to be saving people money with this. That's why we're doing it. All right. Well, listen to this. The main goal of CBDCs is to provide businesses and consumers with privacy. Right. So they're not going to know how much money you have on this digital token. Transferability, convenience, accessibility, and financial security. CBDCs could offer the maintenance, okay, a complex financial system requires, reduce cross-border transaction costs, and provide those who currently use alternative money transfer methods with lower cost options. So this is to save you money, man. This is to save you money. All right. Let's continue on here. Let's see here. Let's go down to the types of CBDCs, okay? There are two types, wholesale and retail. Let's look at the retail, which is dealing with the consumer, okay? Retail CBDCs are government-backed digital currencies used by consumers and businesses. Retail CBDCs eliminate intermediary risk, the risk that private digital currency users might become bankrupt and lose customers' assets. There are two types of retail CBDCs. They differ in how individual users access and use their currency. So you have two types. The token-based retail CBDCs are accessible with private public keys. This method of validation allows users to execute transactions anonymously. They're not going to know anything, you know. Account-based retail CBDCs require digital identification to access an account. That's interesting. Digital identification. So once this system goes bad, then that's when they can say, well, you know what? We have even a safer model than that. Something that's really going to give you safety and protect you. We're going to put the CHIP, the digital device inside of you. So you'll have it inside. You know, nobody can take your money. Nobody can have access to your money. It's inside of you, okay? We'll be able to track all your money, your medical, everything will be tracked. Your car registration, your license, all that'll be in one place. All, you know what I mean? One shebang. So that's how they're going to implement that little by little, making you feel very comfortable with it. All right? Let's see here. Let's go down to, I want to go down to some of the countries that are using this here. All right, we have here, okay, yeah, here it is right here. Central bank digital currencies at a glance. Many central banks have pilot programs, and a pilot program means they're going to implement it, okay, in research projects intending to determine the viability and usability of a CBDC in their economy. It's going to be viable. It's going to be used because okay? As of March 2022, there were 9 countries and territories that had launched CBDCs. Now watch these countries. The Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Dominica, St. Lucia, and Nigeria. What are these countries? All these people are primarily Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Benjamin or Levi or the tribe of Judah. All right. So they're starting off with the Hebrew Israelites in the Caribbean. Ain't that something? There are 80 other countries with CBDC initiatives and projects underway. 80 other countries. That means basically the whole world is being used to implement this system, because next they're going to implement the MOTB, the chipping centers. That's the goal. In February, the Central Bank announced that it would introduce a digital rupee by the end of 2023. All right, so they're getting this thing. The tribe of they're the tribe of Benjamin. All right, The Bank of Jamaica is expected to launch it. Okay, the Bank of Jamaica is expected to launch its CBDC in 2022. So theirs is already implemented. Sweden's Riksbank began developing an electronic version of the krona called e-krona after the country experienced a decline in the use of cash. Yeah, because you guys took the cash and you're taking the cash and getting rid of it. So of course it's going to be a decline. Same thing happening here in the United States. Now this is the big old U.S. The United States is investigating CBDCs to improve the domestic payment system, increase efficiency, and reduce cost. And in March 2022, President Biden directed federal agencies to evaluate the infrastructure that would be needed to issue a U.S. CBDC. All right. The Bank of England is still investigating integrating CBDC into its financial system. The Bank of Canada continues to research implementing CBDC. So as you can see, they're on the move. They're trying to do this thing fast. And why is he trying to do it fast? Satan or the devil Esau. Let's get some scriptures. All right, let's go to Revelation 12 and 12 first, and then we'll come back to Revelation 13. All right? And like I said, he knows he has but a short time. But let's get the scripture on it. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the seal of the sea. For the devil, we know that's Esau in the physical form, okay, the Edomites. The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see? So the devil knows that he hath but a short time. So he has to implement this system. He has to get the MOTB implemented. Now, in order to do this, he has to use gradualism. So they'll do the CBDC first to get it going. And then, as you know, there's food shortages happening. Inflation is happening. You know, people are going to start losing jobs. People have already started losing jobs. You see Twitter laid off 10,000 people, and other companies are laying off people too. But they're not really telling you all the layoffs. They're not going to say, well, this is how many layoffs that we have, because they don't want to alarm you. And they control the media. Okay, these multinational corporations, these Illuminati families that have the money, they control the media, the entertainment. So they're spinning and telling the anchors and the media companies what to say and how to say it. All right, so they can't say, oh, there's 1 million job losses. But when it happens, they'll just pop it up on you. Like, we're in a recession. All right, so when they do that, then it's going to cause chaos. It's going to cause food runs, food shortages, gas shortages, and the food's going to go up. So everything's going to go, it's going to get chaotic. And then we know Mr. Magician, Esau, is going to come up with the plan. When I say Esau, I'm talking about the elites of the Edomites. They're going to come up with a plan. Well, you know what? There's a system that we can implement that's going to get everything back in order. And most likely they're going to do a universal basic income where you get a certain amount of money, okay? But in order to get that, of course, you're going to have to get this CHIP inside of you, inserted in you, in your forehead or in your hand. And the main goal is to get to the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So we're giving you the warning. The prophets, the elders, the teachers, the ministers, we're giving you the warning, okay, that this is coming down the pipeline. And we're warning you not to get CHIP, because if you do, you're going to be destroyed by the Most High, Yahweh, point blank. So you're being given the warning. Now, many of our people are not going to heed it because they love Babylon, America. They love this place, It's not too bad. So they're going to want to save their life. And if you try to save your life, you're going to lose it. All right, because it's only going to be a short time that Esau is going to have his NWO, his New World Order system. So he's only going to have a short time to enjoy it before Yahweh Shai comes back with those chariots. And if you took that MOTB, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be in trouble, point blank. So the elect of Israel are not going to be fooled. We know what's going on. We see what's going on gradually, little by little. We see what's going on. Let's look at what the CHIP is. Let's go to Revelation 13 and verse 16. You should know this scripture off the bat. All the brothers are, that are really in this truth in Great Millstone. who I'm affiliated with their doctrine, they have 100% truth. A lot of other camps aren't talking about this because a lot of those other camps, and I'm giving some, I'll give you an example, IUIC, okay, Israel United in Christ, you know, you shouldn't even be saying Christ. It's Hamashiach. It's Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, the Messiah. Okay, a lot of those people we suspect, a lot of brothers suspect they took the bag. They're getting paid money to be hush-hush, to not warn the people. And that's going to come back to bite them because the blood's going to be on their hand if the people take that MOTB, their congregation. So let's continue on. Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, it's talking about the devil, Esau, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What is this mark? Okay, what is it talking about? Okay, it's known as the Karagma in Greek. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find that here. All right, here we go. Let's get the definition. This is the Greek translation of the word mark.
Strong's G 5480. Karagma. Karagma.
So this the Karagma. It says here a stamp, an imprinted mark. Okay, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, which we know Esau, the Edomites are Antichrist, which, you know what I mean, or anti-Messiah, I'll say. All right, let's see here. Thing carved, sculpture, graven work. Okay, let's go a little further here. Let's see what this says. Now this says right here the etymology from karasso, to sharpen to a point. Okay, akin to through the idea of scratching. So when they say sharpen to a point, the instrument to use to put the CHIP inside you is going to be like a needle. They're going to have chipping centers. So they're going to use the needle, okay? And they're already training a tattoo artist in Sweden. They're already using this. They have the tool. It's like a needle, and they're going to be able to implement this CHIP. It's very small into your skin. And it's known as the radio frequency identification device. That don't even sound right. Radio frequency. Okay? So that means they can do anything they want once that thing is inserted in you. You don't know what they could do. They could just release something and kill you. All right? But sharpen to a point is through the idea of scratching. That's talking about implementation. All right? Of something sharp, like a needle. All right? So they already have this thing already set up. They're just doing it little by little. Everything is already set up. Okay, but Esau don't know that Yahweh, well, most of them, I guess, know that most of them don't know that Yahweh's running the show, the left and the right. He's doing all this to bring about the hastening, the coming of Yahweh Shai, you know, and we're all, you know, those of us in the truth that are really in this truth that don't want to be here in America, that hate this place. Okay, we just do the basics. We want this place to be destroyed, Babylon, America. We want it to speed up because we want to get out of here. But a lot of our people, which will be part of the 2/3 that don't make it, on the day of the Lord, they'll be destroyed, okay, in the lake of fire, which is the nuclear bombs coming from Russia and the other countries, and also the laser fire coming from the chariots. A lot of our people, they love this place, and they're going to want to stay here. That's why 2/3 will be destroyed in the lake of fire on the day of the Lord, okay? So let's move on. Let's go back. Let's read this again. Revelation 13, 16. Let's read that again. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And like I said, the real, the people they really want a bullseye are the Hebrew Israelites, because the rich Edomites, they know who we are. They know Yahweh Shai is coming back for the elect. They know that he's going to destroy Babylon, America. So they have bunkers and everything else set up for them to hide. They know what's going on. Okay. Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast. All right, which is the United States. It's the Roman Catholic. It's the Holy Roman Empire, or I should say the Roman Empire. It's just that the United States represents that today. It's the same empire. We're just in a new time, okay? New time period. So United States, NATO, the EU, that's the Roman Empire reborn again, okay? Or the number of his name, okay? So you're not going to be able to buy, sell, trade, or do anything. So those of us that are part of the elect, we know this. So you have to get your minds ready. All right, get your minds ready spiritually, reading scriptures, praying, fast when you can, mentally, get your mind ready for what's going to be happening. Because if you don't take it, you're going to have to leave your house because they're going to have martial law. They're going to break in people's houses. They're going to put some of us in concentration camps to try to break us down. They're going to have guillotines. Some of us will die, get our heads chopped off, but it'll be for the glory of the kingdom. All right. So let's continue on. Let's go to one more scripture. Let's go to Revelation 19 and 20. Now, this is what's going to happen to those that do take the mark, okay? It's not going to be nice. So this is not an easy thing, this truth. It ain't going to be easy. This ain't easy being in this truth. It's going to be a lot of hardships coming down the pipeline. In 2023 is really going to ramp up. We're coming to the end of this thing. So you should be praising Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai that we are. You should be happy because there's nothing here. This place is done. You got, men with men, okay, homosexuality. You got babies being aborted. You got all types of murders going on, okay, particularly in our communities. Okay, the so-called African-American community is chaos. You got single mothers, 70% single motherhood, probably more than that. All right. So, it's nothing. There's nothing here, man. This place is done. It's absolutely done. All right. The people are going wild. So let's continue on. Revelation 19, and let's read verse 20. So why would you want to be here? Everything is against you. Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. And that's why they're going to use this MOTB as a miracle. They're going to say, see, it heals people with Parkinson's disease. See, it heals this guy with the nerve disorders. See, it healed this guy. He had brain problems or whatever. All right. They're going to say it heals. It's a miracle. Esau came up with a miracle. All right. Not knowing that Yahweh Shai, or should I say better yet, Yahweh is. He's implementing everything from the left and the right. He's the sole controller. We're just all playing a part in his movie, his production. Let's read this again. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. See, so if you accept that MOTB, all right, and if you worship the image, which is the NWO, New World Order system, okay, you're going to be cast in the lake of fire. And you're going to burn with the brimstone. So you're going to be cast in the lake of fire, which is the nuclear bombs coming from Russia and other countries, as well as the laser fire coming from the chariots. You're going to be burnt up. Babylon, America is going to be uninhabitable. There's many scriptures that talk about that. This land is going to be desolate. If you're not part of the elect, and if you're not beamed up in those chariots and you're 2/3 Israelites, you're going to be destroyed along with Esau, the Edomites, and the other nations, the individuals that are here from the other nations. You're going to be destroyed. Point blank. All right? So on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying to you. And I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Radash, Shalom.